video is a review, as you saw, and it's a review of the Viltrox autofocus 13mm 1.4 for the Z mount. Before I start, I am going to say Viltrox sent that lens to me to do the review. They do not know what I am going to say about it. I have already written a review about the lens that you can find in Fstoppers, and I'll put the link on the screen or down below if you want to go and read about it as well. I'm a fan of Viltrox lenses and always have been. I've always had the 85mm, I had it for the D850, I've got the 85mm for the Z7 too. When they contacted me and asked me if I would like to review the lens, they were offering it for the Fuji XT, for the X mount, but I didn't have a Fuji at the time, so I asked them if it would be okay if I could review it for the Z mount, and they were more than happy to send this through. So I am going to tell you my thoughts on this lens and how it actually performed for me and what I'll be using it for in the future. As I'm filming with the lens, I can't actually show you the lens because that's what my main use for it is going to be. It's, as I say, it's on the Z7 II just now, and primarily I'll be using the lens for filming with, and it'll be used to do the YouTube videos because the field of view, as you can see, I normally film around about 20-24, and with the 13mm I think it works out to about 19.5, 20mm on the full frame body. As I say, they originally sent it through asking me if I would try it for the X mount, but at the time I didn't have the X mount. I now have the X mount. I got myself a Fuji X-T4, which I'll be doing more videos on in the future. I sold my Z6 II to get that because I missed Fuji so much. But back to this lens. The lens itself, to give you an idea how good it is at 1.4, right, I'm going to move into the camera. Sorry if this scares some of you, but I'm going to move into the camera and that'll let you see how quick the focus is. And there should be no noise with that. So if I come back in and back out. It's on face detect and eye detect with the camera, but that should be really, really quick. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see it in the monitor above, but that should have been really, really quick. So that's how fast the autofocus is when you are doing video. It's really, really fast. Another thing I'd like to point out, right now I'm filming at f1.4. Shutter speed is 50, and I'm sitting in a dark room. I have one lamp on. I have an angle poise lamp with a daylight bulb in it that's pointed directly at the ceiling. Now there'll be shadows behind me because of where it is. At the moment what you see may be graded slightly, but what I'll do if it is, I'll put the original footage beside it on screen to let you see. But that's how good it is at f1.4. My ISO at the moment is 500 as well, forgot to mention that. I took the lens out and tried it in a couple of locations, very close together locations though, and just to try it, just to see. And it's not my usual photography, but I thought I would just try something different because I had the lens. It's not a big bulky lens. I think it's 90mm it is in size without the lens hood on, and that's one thing I do want to say. I've got the 85mm from Viltrox and I cannot stand the lens hood. I fight with it every time, so if anybody knows how to get the lens hood on really quickly, let me know, please put it in the comments below. But the lens hood for this lens, it's metal construction, and click and it's on. It's just there, it's on. So that was one of the main things that I really wanted to like with the lens, and it is. The lens hood's absolutely perfect, it fits perfectly. From shooting with the lens, all the apertures are really, really good. As I say, primarily for me it'll be used for filming. All the apertures are really, really good, they're really, really sharp. I found it was a bit softer at f16, and I found the sharpest points for photography were between f5.6 and f8. I found them centre sharpness to be absolutely brilliant at those apertures. So if you're thinking it for a photography lens, it will do perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Primarily, as I said, it will be a video lens for me, so I'm not too bothered about that. But from a working point of view, as in just taking photographs, it will do absolutely perfectly for you. I'll also put a couple of examples on the screen as well, just to let you see it from the sharpness point of view, like from the full initial shot to 100% zoom, just to let you see how well the lens actually performed. It's a great lens. I filmed a couple of things without putting the IBIS on, and that was my fault. I forgot to engage the IBIS when I was actually filming, and yes, you can see the wobble in it, but that's to be expected without the camera stabilisation on. When I put the camera stabilisation on, however, it was great. It was really, really good. So for me, the review of this lens is how it performs for me. That's the main thing. I can only tell you, I don't know what you want to do with the lens. You may want it for photography. For me, it was video. I wanted it for video, and I was really lucky that they asked me to try it out, because that's what I'll be keeping it for. So this review, it's more of how the lens actually performed. That's the thing. A hands-on review, as the title suggests. I found it great. The shallow depth of field was brilliant. The focusing was really, really quick and silent. I didn't have any problems at all with the lens, even in the initial few shots. The weight of the lens isn't heavy at all. The weight of the camera and the lens isn't heavy at all. I have it on a Z7 II body. I couldn't film all day like that. I couldn't do that. I definitely couldn't do that. On a gimbal though, I reckon I could. I don't really want to waffle on about the lens, because it is a good lens, and it's one that I suggest you try. If you can get your hands on one, just to try it. For videography, I'm enjoying it. I'm really loving using the lens. Just put it on, lock it off. I then know everything's there. I can choose my aperture settings depending on what I want to film. As I say, right now I'm filming at f1.4. This lens performed brilliantly in everything that I put it through. It's only a few images I have on here, but as you'll see if you follow the videos, you'll see that it's this lens that's filming most of the videos. Hopefully you've found that a bit useful. If anything, forgive all the waffling on. As I say, I don't do technical reviews. I'm really not that good at technical reviews at all. You'd have to look up other channels as well to see a bit more technical specs of this. It is just a hands-on review, and it is how I think it performs for me. And that's it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you get something from it. Thank you very much for listening to me prattling on about the lens. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.